Hello guys, I am going to go over a very quick scenario of a canine officer. So excited to do that. Hello Lafayette, Louisiana. Wow. Hello guys. I just wanted to quickly go on and go over a scenario that I got. Um, Probably going to edit this out and use it as a video so that this canine officer who wrote me and wants to know where to get started, so he can get started. I'm also going to have like a part one and part two because he also has credit cards here that he can use for cash flow, meaning if he uses the credit card debt strategies correctly, he's going to be able to turn those credit card payments, which is the 113, the 91, the 91, he may be able to turn those into cash flow. So I am going to do a video showing how he can do that. And then hopefully on here for just a minute, I'm going to show how he should be using this P-lock. It is currently maxed out, as are the credit cards. So you guys know that when I talk about maxed out credit cards, be careful with that right now, because if you throw chunks onto those credit cards, you are very likely to get your limits cut. So don't play with the banks. Let's just play a game that we know we can win most of the time, and let's make smaller payments. So if you have $1,000 chunk that you're going to be putting onto any kind of credit card, just try to break that up to where you're applying, smaller payments throughout the week instead of just one big chunk onto that card. I hope that makes sense. We've got Texas in the house. All right, all right. Okay, so I want to talk about his scenario here. He has an income of 5,800. His expenses are currently at 5,146, and he has a cash flow of 654. Now, this $1,008, the reason that I have that in here is because in the previous video that is going to be on eventually, it's going to show how we took the payments here on the credit cards and turned them into cash flow. If you don't know how we do that, please go to my playlist under the credit card debt strategies. And there's all kinds of videos in there that show how we use credit cards as expense cards. So that being said, his actual cash flow here is $654. And let's just act like we're not using the credit card debt strategies here. So with his P-lock being at 8,000 at a 14%, he's just not using it correctly. If he was, he would have a bigger cash flow, because this $150 that is due monthly on this P-lock would be satisfied with his income going in. So if we put his income of 5,800 into this line, when it goes in, it's satisfying this payment. So that 150 now becomes cash flow, which is just going to help him work down this debt. So 2,200 would be the balance. He's going to have expenses come back out, and his current expenses at 5,146 would be less due to this 150 now can be deducted, since he no longer is going to need that to be included into his monthly expenses, due to he's satisfying that payment when this income goes in. If everybody can get that one thought in their minds of how payments, your income going into a line is going to help to satisfy that monthly payment, that helps so much. That helps us. So make sure to look at the credit cards, the lines of credit that you have, and see if you too can put some income in on those to satisfy those payments, so that you're able to gain a little bit of cash flow, especially if you're in a negative. So that means that this new expenses would be $49.96 that he would have to pay. So we'll put it back in here. He will have to pay his expenses, and that's the deal with a line of credit, especially a PLOC or a HELOC. You're able to use that line of credit for all of your expenses. So you can put all of your income in and you can pull all of your expenses out. And remember, if you get that link between your checking account and your PLOC or your HELOC or even a credit card, you are in great shape because it's so much easier to have the link so you can set up things automatically and you're not constantly transferring money back and forth. So when he adds this back in, he's going to be at $71.96 for the balance. So we've got to add some interest. So I'm going to take it off of the $8,000, even though the bank's going to average it, because see, his balance would be maybe as low as $2,200. But I'm going to figure the $14,000 off of, or 14% off of the $8,000, so that we can leave room for error. So let's say $94 is interest. So $72.90. Then guess what? In month 2, that income goes in again. So income for month 2 goes in. He's at $14.90 for his balance. Then we're going to do it again. The $49.96 for expenses. Plus, I'm going to add some interest, so I'll take it off of the high, the $72.90. So he's at $85 for interest. So $65.71 being the balance. Can you guys still see this? Good, good. So $65.71. That income goes in again for month 3. So he's at $771. Then he'll pay his expenses again in this month, add a little bit of interest. Guess what? Month 4, he's completely paid off. He can start grabbing in some of this debt, throwing it over there, and gaining some more cash flow. So I hope that that gives you a little bit of a push if you were wondering too how to use your line of credit. So simple, guys. I know I say that and it sounds silly, but it is so simple. You just have to learn how to use those lines of credit. They are revolving so that we can do that. Okay. I appreciate you guys signing on and watching here for just a minute. I just wanted to jump on here because I wanted to show this K-9 officer what it was that he may look at doing with his lines of credit if he is interested in it. I make suggestions, you make decisions, and just want to see how we can help you move into a financially free life. That is what I'm going for. So I hope you guys have a great day. I'm going to sign off and I will see you in the next video.